She walked in like she owned the place, one hand gripping the wrist of a boy I'd never seen, the other holding a man's fingers, his fingers, still damp from their private sins. I was making tea. The scent of jasmine hung thick in the air. I never stopped stirring. She tossed a manila envelope on the counter. The paper landed with a thud too heavy for its size. "Sign these," she said, "and leave now." No preamble, no shame, no hesitation. The man behind her smirked. The child looked confused. And then, my son, our son, stepped into the kitchen doorway. He was holding a book. His voice didn't shake. "Mom, you really don't know?" He opened the book. She looked. She froze, and all the blood drained from her face. It started with absences. She stopped kissing me goodbye, stopped asking how my day was, stopped folding my shirts the way she used to, like she couldn't bear to touch them too long. I noticed everything: the shift in perfume, the late-night work calls, the way she never looked me in the eye during dinner anymore. Then there were the whispers behind closed doors, the giggles through walls too thin to hold secrets. At first, I told myself it was exhaustion, boredom, a phase. But lies leave fingerprints, and she stopped cleaning hers off. So I listened, and I waited, because people don't just fall out of love, they crawl toward someone else. I didn't confront her. I documented. Phone records, hotel receipts, one too many business trips that lined up with the man she swore was just a colleague. She thought I was predictable, passive. That was her mistake. I wasn't angry, not then, just curious. Who was he? Why the child? I followed her once. They were at the park. She was holding the boy's jacket. He called her Mommy, and she smiled like I hadn't seen in years. That was the moment I stopped pretending. I went home, checked dates, did math. The boy was 8. We've been married 11 years. She had a child while married to me, raised him in shadow, and brought him into my house like I was the stranger. So I began collecting. DNA sample, easy. Toothbrush from the trash. Hers, his, the boy's, and one from our son, out of caution. Weeks passed. The results arrived in a brown envelope, unmarked. And what I read turned everything inside me to ice. The boy, hers, not mine. Her lover, his father. But the real knife? Our son wasn't hers. Biologically, genetically, factually, no relation. The child we raised together? She'd stolen him. From her sister. A hidden pregnancy. A secret adoption. Arranged quietly after the sister's overdose. A twisted game of charity she never confessed. And she raised him like he was hers. Used him as proof of motherhood while hiding another son born of infidelity. She lied about everything. Who she was. Who he was. Who we were. I didn't react. I didn't cry. I printed the documents, tucked them into the back cover of my son's favorite book, the one she never read to him. And I waited for her to arrive. When she told me to sign those papers, it felt rehearsed, a line she'd practiced in her mirror with the man beside her. But the moment our son opened the book, the moment she saw the report taped inside, her entire face collapsed. She reached for it. He pulled it back. His voice was quiet, controlled. "I thought you loved me." She couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. Her lover looked confused, then alarmed. I turned to him. "She never told you, did she?" He stepped back. I looked at her, not angry, just done. "You asked me to leave," I said, "but you've been gone a long time." Then I turned to my son. "Get your bag." He didn't hesitate. We walked out together, left them standing in silence. The envelope she gave me still lay unopened on the counter. Theirs was never a family, just a performance, and the curtain had finally dropped. I didn't look back. I don't wonder how she explained the truth to that boy, or what the man did when he realized who he'd truly been sleeping with. That's not my concern. Some truths don't need to be spoken. They just need to be shown. I didn't lose a wife. I shed a mask and found my son staring up at me, not with confusion, but with understanding. She wanted me to disappear. Instead, I let her drown in everything she pretended to be.